Hi you guys, hello and welcome. I hope everyone's doing really well. Man, I'm already over 250 subscribers. You guys, thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. I hope that I'm making content that's both educational and enjoyable for you guys. Just stay blessed. You guys are the best. Anyways, a few other things. I'm more than open to suggestions for videos. I know someone in the comments suggested making eucalyptus tea. And no promises because it's kind of hard to come by eucalyptus where I live. But I'll try. I'll try to get some eucalyptus to make tea and show you guys that. I'll try. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I just really wanted to show you guys this here. This is the Tradescantia spathacea. It's in the Commelinaceae family, so it's a chameleonid. It's very similar to the wandering Jew plant. It's also known as Moses-in-the-Cradel, oyster plant. It's known as the purple-leaved Tradescantia, or sorry, the purple underside Tradescantia, and the boat lily. And I think it's also known by a few other names too. But anyways, this here is native to Central America. It's native to Guatemala, Belize, the Yucatan Peninsula, and it's been naturalized in much of the southeastern United States. Places such as the Keys of Florida, southern Louisiana, specifically around Lake Pontchartrain. So yeah, it's getting around. This is definitely a plant that's quite vigorous in its growth habit. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys why it's called oyster plant. It has this really nice sort of hallmark monocot form flower that has 3 petals. Kind of hard to replicate the conditions it needs to produce flowers indoors. However, if you get it right, it produces these oyster-like structures. I don't know if you can see there. So that's why this is called the oyster plant, because it looks like it's opening up like an oyster. Yeah, so anyways, this plant's not one that gets too tall. It usually gets about 2.5 feet at maturity. It's more of a ground cover, more of a spreader. The clumps can spread, I would say, upwards of 5 feet. It likes high light, usually more of a diffused light, though, something that's not going to absolutely cook and burn the leaves. It's not very suitable for the interior of a house, simply because usually there's not enough light for it there. I would say even a northern exposed window is a little bit too obscure for it. So, but as long as you have good lighting, this is a pretty easy plant to take care of. So anyways, I just want to show you guys some more of the anatomy. It has this really oblong oval, a leaf with these very sharp margins. I think it grows quite similar to a Dracaena. Has this maroon, purple, brown undertone. I wonder if I'm actually a little bit colorblind with purples and browns, because to me this looks brown, but on the camera it's picking out much purpler, and I've heard a lot of people say that's actually purple. So that might just be a me thing. Anyways, yeah, so it produces these little offshoots. I'll try to show you. Very easy to propagate and clone. Responds very well to water propagation. But much like an orchid, it produces these little pups and offshoots. Once they get a little bit bigger like that, you can just divide them and create your own plants, give them to friends. This plant does well in kind of average humidity. You don't need a humidifier for this plant. It tends to do just fine in regular house humidity. If you really want to coax it into bloom, keep it warm, upwards of 20 degrees, and quite consistent. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the easiest, 10 being the hardest to take care of, in my personal experience, I'm going to have to give this one a 3, because if you have pretty good lighting, it tends to be kind of easy. Yeah, so one thing I've really noticed doing these videos on tropical plants that I find quite intriguing is being in Guatemala for a part of my childhood. You used to always see these things just growing on the sides of streets. And I used to totally take it for granted. I'd be like, ah, that's just another plant. But now living in Canada, it's kind of intriguing how this is actually quite a premium plant. Now, it used to be very popular in the 70s, much like the radiator plant and plants like that. But it kind of fell out of fashion, and now because of the whole tropical indoor houseplant craze, that's been quite accelerated by the whole pandemic and people wanting more foliage plants, it's come back into fashion. So I can see this one here actually definitely coming back up in price, but it's cheap right now, so get your hands on one. Well, you can, I guess. No, I'm not generally someone who really fixates on the containers plants are in, but this is just so cute, isn't it? It just totally matches it. Anyways, so highly recommend this one, you guys. High light, Decent humidity. It likes to dry out between waterings. Not a heavy feeding plant, but it does benefit from monthly fertilizer with a liquid feed fertilizer that's quite diluted. It should be fine with just regular tap water. It's not edible. Don't recommend putting this near kids or pets. It does produce a little bit of an inflammatory reaction upon rubbing with your skin, especially the sap within, which is quite common for members of the spiderwort family. But it's a very, very, very long-lived plant. You can definitely keep this as a legacy plant, pass it down to your grandkids. Like, it lives like forever. But yeah, so have a really wonderful day, you guys. Man, I'm already over 250 subscribers. You guys, I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, stay blessed. Have a good one.